When my name flashed on the screen, I remained unfazed. Infertile, divorced, unsuccessful. These were the labels displayed. High school dropout, low income, single. The words echoed through the ballroom. Laughter erupted, shaking champagne glasses to their base. My brother's grin was a match tossed onto gasoline. "Don't laugh too much," he warned, trying to hide his own emotion. I looked towards my mother, who sipped her wine without so much as a flinch. My father chuckled silently beneath his breath. Even my ex-wife leaned in to whisper something to her new companion. "Just a joke," I inquired, reaching for my phone. A single tap initiated the response. "Start." The laughter subsided, fading like a record skipping into silence. There was a period when I believed family offered protection. We were once close, or so I thought. Daniel, my younger brother, always shone brightly. Top of his class, eloquent, charismatic. I, on the other hand, was quiet, introspective, the one who mended things behind the scenes without needing the limelight. I had always been there for him, providing financial support during college, co-signing his first car. 22 years ago, I aided him in concealing a hit-and-run incident. He was intoxicated, while I was sober. When my marriage ended and my life fractured, he derisively chuckled in private quarters. "Perhaps you weren't manly enough," I once surreptitiously heard him remark. Perhaps she needed someone else. The screen was the ultimate insult. Open, harsh, Puritan. It wasn't a jest. It was a funeral oration. He believed he was interring me alive. Unbeknownst to them, I had long since escaped the grave they had dug for me. 6 months prior, I detected the initial indications. A bizarre depletion from my bank account. An unrecognized wire to an account affiliated with Daniel's business. I delved further and discovered that my name had been used as collateral for a real estate loan he failed to repay. He forged my signature. 3 weeks after that, I spied my former spouse sharing documents over coffee with my father, both of them grinning like conspirators. They hadn't intended me to see, but I did. They weren't merely accessories. They were proud of it. All of them. My entire family. I remained silent. I didn't confront. I compiled data, collected documents such as emails, voice recordings, bank statements. Consulted lawyers, employed a private investigator. Waited, then acquired partial ownership of the venue hosting my brother's wedding reception, controlling event staff, sound system, screens, and security. Despite not being expected on the guest list, I was invited for supposed amusement. Ideal. As the presentation started, the screen froze. Music stopped abruptly, lights dimmed subtly, then the show began. Video clips played, displaying my brother signing loan papers with my name, clear as day. Following were audio recordings of his conversations with his fiancée's father, deriding her, referring to her as a temporary investment until he could profit from me. A wave of gasps swept through the room like a sudden gust. Then images of messages between my parents and my ex-wife appeared, filled with jokes about my infertility, schemes for my brother's career, and plans to manipulate his career trajectory. The woman shattered her glass, prompting her father's sudden rise. Anger etched into his features. Daniel advanced towards the stage, eyes wide and tongue-tied, stuttering out, "Tuurnitoff." I remained calm, adjusted my jacket, and activated the microphone. In a measured tone, I declared, "I pledged my allegiance to this family," maintaining composure. I shielded my brother when he came perilously close to destroying someone's life. "I sacrificed everything," I continued, "and all of you have condemned me." Turning towards the crowd, I stated, "But I am not deceased." Security thwarted Daniel from reaching the screen. Addressing him, I said, "Daniel, you defaulted on a loan using falsified documents. From next week, you'll be facing legal repercussions." The crowd recoiled from him as if he harbored contagion. My father stood up, exclaiming his disbelief. On cue, I showed the last recording, capturing his own voice from a call instructing Daniel on how to dodge legal requirements for the forged loan. All grew silent. After hearing the sound of my mom shattering a wine glass, I stepped off the stage. No hollering, no festivities. Instead, there was controlled stillness. They called out to me, begged, threatened, yet I continued walking into the night. The air was crisp and light, lifting the burden from my shoulders. By Monday, Daniel had been indicted, his accounts frozen, his business seized. My father stepped down from his role on the hospital board, citing a family emergency in the statement. My mother vanished to an Arizona retreat. As for my former wife, she only emailed me once, wordlessly, in silence. I never responded. Instead, I rebuilt quietly, establishing my own consulting firm and hiring 3 individuals who had previously worked under Daniel, now discarded like waste. In just 4 months, I've doubled his profits. Revenge isn't fire. It's ice, cold, clean, surgical. It doesn't roar. It whispers. And in that grand ballroom filled with those who once sought to dismiss me, I didn't utter a single loud word. They interred a mistaken corpse. The spade remains grasped by me. Like, subscribe, and spread the word.